Hey, just to make it clear, we're not compliant. We're breaking the law. Continue to do so then.
Slide down.
I think I've seen you on News to Share. Did you get your rights violated at like PD?
In Newport News, yeah, we went back and violated their authority. We showed up at the PD, open carry and armed, and they didn't do a thing about it. And
But they didn't try to press charges when you were already?
No, the judge dismissed the case.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
Working hard on the ship. This is for the brothers leading y'all, Dr. Red Father. Yeah, taking y'all on the ship. Maybe tell me why it's off of these.
What statement are y'all making by being here today?
That we're not going to comply with unconstitutional city ordinances. We're rocking 40-round mags, which is a violation. We're open carrying, which is also a violation. So that's the statement we're making. We're not going to bend our knees. We're not going to comply like VCDL wants to do. They want to bend their knees just like the NRA. We're not them.
Did you expect violence today?
You should always expect violence. Any man is capable of violence.
Are you going to provoke it?
We're not an offensive force. We're defensive. So if somebody moves against us, we'll defend ourselves. Whether that be police, Proud Boys, Antifa, it doesn't matter. We'll defend ourselves, but we stand for everybody's right to peacefully protest. Whether that be Proud Boys, Antifa, BLM, Trumpers, it doesn't matter. They have their right to peacefully protest, and we'll support that right.
And do you have a political affiliation?
A lot of us are libertarian, so I just want to be left alone.
Mike, what do you think about what happened on Wednesday?
I think the American people are tired. I think that it was the right thing for the wrong reason. I'm sure some of y'all have seen that article that already aired about Boogaloo Boys' involvement and how they tried to slander me. If I was there, I would have already been arrested. So,
Right thing for the wrong reason? What do you mean by that?
making government fear you is definitely the right thing to do all the time. The wrong reason is doing it for another tyrant, which is Donald Trump.
So do you guys propose what kind of system of rule? Anarchy then?
We have some anarchists. A lot of us are constitutional adherents, and I cannot speak for the movement. I can only speak for my guys. And myself personally, I would like to see us return to the constitutional republic that we're supposed to be with limited federal power.
But the Constitution doesn't leave you alone as a entity, right?
The Constitution places limitations upon government and grants rights to the people. If you read almost every amendment, it's a limitation upon government.
All right, so that was Mike Dunn. What was Mike Dunn with?
Virginia Knights is also.
Yeah, Mike Dunn is part of the Boogaloo Virginia Knights crew. He very much openly defies state laws. Throughout the year, I've seen him. I've covered rallies where he's came and defied laws, open carried. Go ahead. No, you're not. Go ahead. So if you're just joining us, we're here in Richmond, Virginia. This is normally a annual Second Amendment rally. This year, due to COVID restrictions and other things, they decided to cancel the event formally, but people are still gathering, carrying their firearms. If you're just joining in, please share the stream and hit the like button. There's a few things going on today, but we're here for the moment. Let's go see what they're talking about here.
Long story short, nothing bad happened. I don't expect anything bad to happen this year. Yeah. You know, last year was my first lobby day, and it was cold as hell. But it went pretty smooth. It went pretty smooth. I expect today to go pretty smooth as well.
Do you understand why people are worried now with the economy?
Oh yeah.
What's up, Victor? How you doing? All right?
Good, yeah.
I was like, somebody takes a picture of
There was maybe 2 or 3 Proud Boys that walked through here. Not sure where they are now.
Any conspiracy theories?
Sorry.
There is no specific.
Just a lot of press here. Yeah, majority of press. A couple of police officers have the street here barricaded. Down here is the state capitol building behind the trees here. I'll try and make my way to show you guys.
Yeah, it doesn't add up to a lot of people. And because of that division
How are you?
that we're in, people
I'm sorry.
are looking at things and going, wait, this isn't right.
Talk to you in a bit.
Trump was ahead. Oh, I want to go to South there.
I actually don't know about the book of Emperor.
Sorry.
I was asking him. Senator from West Virginia that's running the gun rights management.
Try and get an interview here. Let's see who I can speak with. How are you? All right, so I'll get Mike. I'm gonna go speak with Mike Dunn after he's done being interviewed. I'll just ask him why they're out here today. Every year they hold what's called Lobby Day. It's a 2A Second Amendment rally where thousands of people normally are here on the street, openly carrying their firearms. Yeah, I'm not sure the organization. I'm gonna pull it up here. It's VDCL, I believe. Let me see here. Okay, VDCL. All right, so VCDL stands for Virginia Citizens Defense League. So here on their homepage, so basically they're here defending their gun laws, their gun rights, and here comes another militia group. Let's see.
Excuse me.
Yep.
So most of us are getting radicalized online because we can't be radicalized in bars.
What about like the 12, 13-year-olds?
That's the future. Radicalized. So that's why we spread teenage memes.
Now, your organization, is it mostly composed of young men, or are there people that are older? No comment. Would you say between ages of like 18, 25, or 18 and 30?
Mike, one more thing. So after January January 6th, we've seen the federal government kind of going after members of particular groups. Is that a concern?
So they've been going after us for a year now. They've killed us, arrested us. We've lost members to federal agents literally being gunned down. We've had them be arrested. We don't care. What are they going to do? Kill me and take me away from a country that treads on my rights? So be it. Go ahead and martyr me, fam.
Can you explain that patch 6 Semper Tyrannis? How would you pronounce that?
6 Semper Tyrannis, and it just means thus always the tyrants. It's on our state flag, and it's also on the it's on the So it means thus always the tyrants, which has a man standing over another man with a sword, stabbing him, which is saying what should happen to tyrants. That's what we're saying today.
So where do you derive your central belief?
Say again?
Where do you derive your central belief?
Yeah, I think you could be because I think enough people right now are so upset and so mad at the system in general, at the division in general, that they want a fight.
I see a lot of people just trying to use the government against each other. So it's almost preemptive, like I got to get you arrested before you get me arrested over whatever wedge issue we're fighting about.
Well, and a lot of that is feeling like you don't have a voice. There's literally no outlet to address your grievances with the governor or with your legislators or
I don't
with your
think they're
congressmen.
open to dialogue, man. I don't think they care what you had to say in the first place.
Some may not. Some actually may not. But I think there's enough people out there that do care, that do want unity, that do want peace. And I think we can get that through term limits. You get rid of career politicians, you get rid of the indoctrination of this is how you do it, this is what you say, this is what you don't say. You bring in new people that aren't indoctrinated, and you start to build that unity. You start to build that dialogue. You start to have the hard conversations to find solutions. Right now, our government's not looking for solutions. They're looking for, this is how you do it. If you don't take it, we're not going to vote for you. Well, I'm not going to vote for that. Now they're empowered. This is how you do it. If you don't take it, we're not voting for you. Okay, well, where's the dialogue to find solutions, right? Our black communities right now are over-policed, all right? Their Fourth Amendment is being violated on a daily basis. They're getting pulled over, pulled out of their car, put in handcuffs, their vehicles getting searched. That is a violation of the Fourth Amendment. How do we fix that? How do we secure their constitutional rights while still allowing police officers to do their job?
You don't think we're past that point right now?
No, I don't. I think technology has grown to the point where if we built on our infrastructure, if we put Wi-Fi cell towers in every part of the state so that a police officer can live stream his body cam back to an administrative law judge, whatever that law judge sees on that cam, if that justifies a search warrant, that law judge can create it, fax it to the police officer, specific to what he is supposed to search in that vehicle. Anything else that is found should be inadmissible because that's what the Constitution says. But that allows that officers to still protect the people. That's also a protection for the officer. Because if he gets in a fight, he might be in that fight for 2 minutes before he gets to the point that he can call for backup. If you've got somebody live streaming, watching that camera, every second counts when these officers are in trouble. That person watching that stream can immediately go back and call that for backup for that officer.
But you wouldn't want that live stream to the internet for everyone?
Not initially, no. You have to protect the judicial process, right? So that judge does that. I think it should be released within a certain time frame, just like they are now. But I don't think you should live stream that back because, first of all, if a police officer gets in an altercation and he gets in a firefight, you don't want to see that live stream. You don't want a child getting access to that and seeing somebody getting shot live on camera. You just don't want that. But that's not to say there should not be transparency.
I think you should be able to broadcast something like that by the First Amendment.
Again, you're talking about, but then you're violating the due process part of the law, of that person that's getting arrested or in that firefight not being able to have a trial because now everybody's seen what happened and then they pre-made their judgment based on a video, right? So you have to back it up just a little bit.
So you don't think that would be a better way than actually having a judge and court system? Like if people just ruled by consensus by what they see on the internet?
No, I don't think just people by consensus what they see on the internet. So what you see on the internet, a lot of things are taken out of context. You're missing the first 30 seconds, you're missing the last 5 minutes. So what you're seeing is just a little blip of what somebody cut and put out there for you. You can't do that. I guess that guy didn't like any more of my answers. He walked off. Thank you. I'm sorry? My name's Kurt Santini. I'm a candidate for governor of Virginia, 2021.
Hey, Kurt, can I ask you, what do you think about the events that played out on Wednesday?
You're talking about the Capitol being overrun? It was appalling, okay? It scared my family. It scared my friends. It wasn't something that, I certainly expected, and I followed Donald Trump. I voted for him. I supported him. I watched the speech as he was speaking. I didn't feel like he incited any kind of riot. And now you've got reports of Antifa, BLM members being arrested for being on the front line of that siege on the Capitol. I feel like right now we're being persecuted as Trump followers, and that's all we've had is a persecution of being a Trump follower from day one of his campaign. 4 years of it. And it's not something that, I feel good about, but that, again, falls into the line of the division between Democrat and Republican. That they want that division because that is how that they rise up their base. They get people angry about something or about somebody, and now they get the votes from that angry person because they got that side of it. Now, I don't advocate violence, which is why I'm running for governor. I'm running on a platform of term limits because I want to end the violence, and I think the violence is literally starting in our legislation, in our elected officials, these Democratic and Republican parties. I am a Republican, that's where my morals and values lie, but I'm being censored right now by the Republican Party. Facebook has deleted my campaign page. I've had to redo it. The GOP's not putting out any statements on me. They're ignoring my phone calls and texts. It takes them a week, 2 weeks to get back to me, and then it's a broad statement. Most of the media is ignoring all the great things that I've been doing during my campaign. There's a city in southwestern Virginia called Galax, okay? The city was turning off people's water for non-payment. People were, during this 5 days after Christmas, I had a constituents call me and say my water just got turned off. I said, wait a minute, the government signed a moratorium saying they can't do that. Called the water department. They wouldn't turn it back on. Said, I'll make the payment. They wouldn't take the payment from me. I said, I'll be there in 2.5 hours with a media crew. I'm going to make the payment in person. The guy called me before I got there and said, guess what? They called me up and said they're turning on my water and they're turning on everybody's water in the city. They knew they were wrong, but there were people that were suffering from that. That should be a big story right now, but it's not. Nobody would cover it. Not any of the local news stations, not any of the statewide news stations. Because I'm not a career politician.
What city was this?
Galax, Virginia.
How do you spell that?
Gaylax.
Thank you, Kurt. I'm going to circle back around.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
He's talking now. They're finally talking over there.
We know that Joe Biden is the enforced, so we definitely anticipate it.
Oh shit! What's up, man?
What's happening?
Projecting there. Do you ever have women that try to join?
Yeah, definitely. We have women that are Boogaloo boys. So we one of look up Mike the animal.
Hey.
Can we just small? Sure. I wonder, is there more press and?
Yeah. Yes. Yep. As usual.
Where do you belong to and what you're doing today?
We're the last Sons of Liberty.
Are you in the interview? No? You mind if I ask you a question?
Yes.
Can you just tell me why you're out here today? I have an audience.
We're out here for our Second Amendment right, and to show our state legislators that we won't comply to unconstitutional gun laws.
Is there a new law that was just passed that
Last year they passed a law where cities could deem where they allow or don't allow firearms. Richmond passed the ordinance that firearms aren't allowed at rallies, protests, or anything that would need a permit. And looks like we're past the permit thing, but it's unconstitutional. The end of the Second Amendment finishes with shall not be infringed. That means no law you could pass against guns should be constitutional.
Cool. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
And we hope it stays peaceful.
Yeah.
We're not out here to be a threat to anybody. Where main media accuses that or makes
people who watch their
At a protest that should be
reports
permitted,
confused.
you're supposed to not open carry.
We're not out here to harm anybody. We're a defensive measure. We won't. We don't react
After Labor
unless
Day last
provoked.
year, they did pass the city ordinance.
You guys are part of the Boogaloo, right?
Flag laws.
Yeah, but
Virginia.
It's supposed to be allowed in the same.
Yeah, but
Clearly,
our branch is the Lost Sons of Liberty.
always good to see.
I guess the last few years, he's paying attention to the news and everything.
Disobeying the city ordinance of Liberty.
Oh, did you say disobey?
We're disobeying the city ordinance. We're rocking 40 round mags, which is double the legal limit. We're also open carrying, which is a violation of any event that should be permitted. We're not complying with that either. So.
But it's an open carry state, Virginia. It's just
Yeah,
not
but
here.
Richmond made it on September 8th where you can't open carry at any event or protest that should be permitted.
Oh, thank you.
We obviously don't care.
Okay, cool.
Apparently.
Get your Proud Boy shirts. You know you want some.
Nah, we don't want any of that.
None of that nonsense shit.
That's sheer retarded. Donate $1 a pop. Get your Proud Boy shirts. Anti-Nazi, for those who don't understand anything. Get your Proud Boy shirts. Hey, don't choke on that boot.
Oh, can you excuse me? Can I just try to get a kind of a shot? Oh, well.
So, Boogaloo Boys and Proud Boys don't see eye to eye. They don't get along. There's a few of them walking behind them now.
Very easy for someone to go, maybe they don't have to be on stage to go, do a hate crime.
I would usually talk to you if you had a gun. You good?
Texted me last night.
All right, guys. Sorry, I'm just gonna situate myself. In the meantime, hit the like button. Let's see. Hold on.
Like, who doesn't live here normally? Anybody? Or you all live here normally? Okay, I guess nobody wants to talk.
You mean in Richmond?
No, I mean like in the U.S.
Oh, yeah.
No, we're from you. I'm from
You're
you.
from the U.S.?
Yeah, yeah.
No. I'm trying to talk to people that aren't from the U.S.
We're not from the US.
You're not from the U.S.?
Nope.
Cool. I'd like to ask you a question. Not about me.
I'm not promising an answer, but go on.
It's okay. I'm curious, right? I'm an American citizen, and you're someone who doesn't live here. What are your thoughts on the Second Amendment?
It's enshrined in your Bill of Rights.
No. I don't want to know the
Well, no,
technicalities.
my thoughts don't
I want to know
matter.
your
What
opinion.
I'm interested in is
I'm sorry?
What I'm genuinely interested in is what brings you here, because obviously it's so different from what we're used to.
And where are you from?
From the UK.
Oh, okay. I've been there, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously when we look at you, this is so alien to our way of living. Just explain to me what brings you here today.
I'm out for a walk.
And?
Getting pretty good cardio.
Yeah.
Oh, extra weight. And that's pretty much the end of it. That's the goal. Get some cardio. Hang out, enjoy the weather.
And what matters to you?
I'm sorry?
What matters to you that, in terms of the Second Amendment?
Just generally, I would say just being left alone. Leave me alone. I don't have any issues to step in anybody else's life. Just don't step into mine. It's pretty straightforward. I would say you guys would probably agree with that, right? You won't step in anybody else's life if they don't step in yours. Pretty straightforward.
And as a visitor to this country at the moment, could you tell me how you feel about the state of your country now?
I'm not necessarily worried, you know, because I'm not worried because all I can control is what's around me, right? You know, so I'm here hanging out, minding my own business, just taking a stroll, getting some good cardio. You guys are here just having a chit chat. That's cool. Whatever.
Can I take a name for you, sir?
No, I'm good.
Thank you.
Just John Doe.
John Doe. Another one. Thank you.
Can I ask you, what are your thoughts about what happened at the Capitol last week?
I don't have any thoughts about it, to be honest.
John, no, for 1 second. Can you just stay there just once he gets a shot of us talking, as you were?
We're telling
because there were dozens of Proud Boys there. Well, you don't think it's relevant? I mean, you're waving the flag, right? Yeah. So I guess my question. I don't know about that.
Because you weren't there, buddy.
Were you there?
I can show you
videos. You want to see some videos?
I was outside. I didn't go inside.
How come you didn't go inside?
Because that's trespassing. That's federal criminal trespassing.
Federal charge. Oh, so you didn't want to break the law?
No.
No,
None
why
of
would
us
I do
wanted
that?
to break the law.
Nobody wanted to break the
I
law.
got a family to provide for. No,
So
why
then why did people from your group?
Nobody from my group did.
Nobody from your group.
Nobody
so that
from,
wasn't who
nobody
every
from my group.
chapter is
Every chapter
autonomous.
is
so nobody
autonomous.
from the Nova Proud Boys went.
Nobody from Virginia in general.
But maybe people from other Proud
That,
Boys.
no comment, bro. I
No
don't know. I don't know. It's none of my business.
None of your business.
Nick Oakes was a journalist, and he was expressing his journalistic rights, and they arrested him for that, and it's wrong.
What did they charge him with?
I have no idea.
I believe criminal trespassing.
I believe that's correct.
And what do you say to people who say, no, he wasn't really a journalist and his organization was
He's-
called Murder the Media?
He is a journalist.
He's a
I watch
journalist.
his.
We
I
have
watch his
freedom
news
of
show
speech.
every day.
He's got a
I watch
show.
his news
He's
show
got
every
a
day.
whole setup. He is a journalist.
Do you feel like he's an accurate, credible source of news? He's where you go to?
I feel like he's on the ground and he knows what's happening.
Yeah, he's there. He knows. He
So
knows
why'd you
what's
guys
going
come out today? What's your purpose in being
To
here?
express our
Every
rights.
other group did. Yeah, express our gun rights. All rights.
All right.
Yeah, Northam's gone crazy, man. Northam and his hunches.
He tried to shut down a protest, and that's illegal. We have a right to peaceably assemble.
And blame it on COVID.
So what is it? What is your? Is it mostly about gun rights today, or is it about other things?
It's about gun rights.
Peaceful
Today's two ways.
protesting.
Today's
An
two
armed
ways.
society is a polite society.
So this is what I saw when I was reading Parler and watching posts from Proud Boys.
When? Parler's down. When?
No, during the time, and I have it archived. Is there was a big turn, and I was at the earlier Stop the Steal marches in D.C. with you guys, and at that time I saw you guys saying, "No, we're not going to fight with the police."
We
No,
don't
we're
have to
back
fight
in
with
the
the
blue."
police.
We love
But
the police.
I saw a big change up there. Do you think that's changed for you guys?
Has it changed for Virginia? No.
We love
No,
our
you
police.
guys are
We
still
love our
you guys
police.
are
We love
still
our
supporting
police.
law enforcement.
Absolutely.
Because I saw a lot of people saying, "No, we're done with the police. We're done with the Republicans. We're going to war." You don't feel
The,
that
the
way?
GOP is worthless.
The GOP
But
is
we
worthless.
still have to support them. We don't have any other person to support or organization to support.
Head
Do you want
motherfucker in
an
charge.
insurrection to
We want a
overturn the
patriotic
election?
party. We want a patriotic party
Yes,
that
that's
puts
right.
America first. This is what this is about.
And you don't
Stop
motherfucker
sending
in
all of our
charge.
money to other countries. We need it. Our people are starving.
And are you guys, after what happened on the 6th, are you guys feel like you need to escalate things?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
That's
It's all
like
about
things.
peacefully
No,
protesting.
we don't condone none of that shit that
You
happened
don't
on the
condone
6th.
none
No.
of that shit to happen.
No. We're very non-violent. You know, we don't
Except
look for.
everywhere I go, there's fights with the Proud Boys and other people.
How would you feel if you got a piss bottle thrown at you?
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
everywhere
Would
I
you
go.
be upset? Would you be a little bit upset
Yeah,
if you
I
got
don't-
piss all
yeah.
over you from some
I
coward?
probably would.
Yeah,
I probably would.
say
But I'll
that.
tell you this.
That's
it
how they
didn't
start
seem
these
like-
fights.
It didn't seem like when I've been in D.C. with you guys, you were looking for fights.
No,
You were
we
looking for
weren't.
people.
I've been to every single DC
don't
protest.
think so?
No, I know for a fact.
I've been to
No.
2 out of the 3. We've been there on the ground.
And so the Black Lives Matter signs that got torn down
That has nothing to do with us.
had nothing to do, except
No.
it was Proud Boys were part of that group.
There were, yeah,
Including
absolutely.
Enrique.
So look, let me ask you a
You
question.
consider that a hate crime?
Let me ask you.
I don't know what it is.
Let me
but
ask you a question.
It didn't look like it looked like somebody looking for trouble.
Let me ask
That-
you a question, okay?
I mean, you didn't think so?
So a preacher such as a child, should I blame the whole Catholic Church on being? Should I say all
No,
Catholics are
obviously
all
not.
pedophiles?
Obviously not.
All right then. So it's the same way.
Same way.
It's the same way.
So if a few Proud Boys got wild, it got nothing to do with
It has nothing to do with us.
That's right.
And you guys were never looking for trouble in D.C.
We
or
don't
anywhere.
look. We don't look for no problems at all.
We're here to express our
the
rights and sell
violence-
some merch, buddy. We're here to support
What's your
our-
merch? Let's see.
We're here to support our local chapter.
Bro, you
It's
want
a
to
pretty
take a shot
shirt.
of
It's a
that?
pretty shirt. You want
mind if I
one?
take a photo?
No, I don't think so.
You sure? I think it'd look good on you.
Right now? No,
God bless you, bro.
it wouldn't go
$20, sir. Highest quality
What does the
t-shirt.
symbol mean?
What
So
symbol?
the laurel with the upside down crown.
Well, I guess both. What's on the front and the back?
The back is a Johnny Walker. It's just a stand-up gentleman. We are stand-up gentlemen. We believe in chivalry. You know, chivalry is dead in America, and we would need to bring it back. And the front is our laurel with our local chapter logo, the sword with the upside-down crown.
How did you feel when Fred Perry said that he didn't want you guys to wear, that the company didn't want you guys to
He
wear?
lost our
What-
business. It's
He lost
whatever.
our
He lost
business.
our business.
We
He's
got
got to sell a
other
lot
ways
less
to get 'em.
shirts.
We got other
Yeah,
ways
we got
to
other
get 'em.
ways.
Fuck yeah. Yeah. You want one? I'll buy you. I got one for you in the trunk.
No, I'm good, man. Thank you. What was the? No, absolutely not.
Hey, how are you? That was the Virginia Proud Boys chapter.
I feel like I had that.
Let's see what's going on up here.
Military. People like me and me myself.
Hi.
Hey.
Who are you with, sir?
Status Coup?
Hi, I'm
Hey.
Carla Howell, author of a movie that's being music video being premiered today on the VCDL live stream event. It's part of the lineup of today's event online, and great new video just released. It's called Good Folks. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. And are you part of the VCDL?
I'm a member of VCDL.
Okay, perfect. Can you tell me what this is all about?
It's about our gun rights, our right to self-defense, our right to keep and bear arms. And it's an annual event. Last year there was 50,000 people here, right? Yeah. And very different this year. It's online or it's driving by. But
And why is that?
I'm not the right person to give you the precise answer to that, but from what I understand, it's a combination of there were some issues with permitting with the state. They were trying to prevent the event from happening, basically, and VCDL has been battling that. It's partly, I imagine it wouldn't be quite the same with a COVID. There'd be some kind of social distancing, so they decided to make it a caravan instead, and that's where the main event is. It's a bunch of cars driving by in another hour or so. They'll start.
Do you expect people to come out like this onto the street out of the cars?
How many people are going to be on foot? The main event is online and in cars. Those are the two main events of today.
Right.
And sort of, on top of that, there's people sort of milling around. And we don't know how many are going to be showing up on foot. We just don't know.
And why does your organization feel the need to have a rally, an annual rally?
Well, there's always a battle going on for our right to keep and bear arms. There's always people proposing bad laws. We need to not only stop those laws, but we need to advance good laws that repeal those bad laws. We need to restore our complete right to freedom. And that's very important. You know, the red flag laws are a concern right now because they have a real danger of taking guns away from people who are perfectly mentally fit, perfectly good people, but the laws could easily be used to take away people's rights, and we have to stop that. And more importantly, we've got to repeal the bad laws in the books. Gun-free safety zones. What has that done for schools? It's made schools the target for mass shooters. It's the stupidest thing in the world, and it's costing the lives of frickin' children. You know, that law needs to be repealed. It doesn't work. It fundamentally doesn't work. It's wrong. And so those are some of the things we have to do.
I don't know any criminals that follow laws or, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Criminals don't follow laws.
So what's the solution to this, these laws?
It's repeal. Repeal the bad laws and do everything you can to make sure they don't come back. Reinforce the Constitution, get people in place who will enforce the Constitution, legislators, judges, regulators, and just remove major bureaucracies, things like the BATF and what's the other big culprit? There's a bunch of them that are, fighting against an imaginary war. There's no reason for it. Yeah, I mean.
Can I get your name?
Carla Howell.
Carla. Carla Howell. Cool.
I'm the author of this song, recorded it, and now we got a new music video for it. And
I'm sure the audience will take a look. Okay. Thank you, Carla. I'll take one. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Take care.
Overrun by the big
not one person got punched in the nose. No, I was at the one today. Most of us were armed. Most of us were armed with AR-15s. Make a point, because that was a topic of conversation going into the presidential candidacy.
You guys mind if I ask you a couple questions?
Are we on camera?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, thank you.
No? Okay.
Sure, yeah.
No, I've heard that from last time.
Excuse me. Yo. What's up, brother? How are you?
Too much to telegraph.
So like Carlos said, there will be a caravan driving through. I'm not sure how they're gonna, I guess maybe they'll have their weapons, their firearms, just kind of like ride past the state capitol building. A lot of the streets are closed off, so I'm not sure how they'll be getting around.
Yeah, at 11, I'm not sure where.
Let's see.
How are you doing? Oh, very good, thank you.
Generally, it attracts more white people, and they like to blame that and say, "Oh, it's a bunch of white guys. They're going to be far right." They don't seem to understand that there's a lot of us out here that don't want to identify with the right or the left.
Armed minorities are harder to oppress. Pull that set up.
So just kind of walking back and forth here.
Made our voices heard.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, like, where do you get your news from? You. I get my news from you. I get my news from Newsmax. I'm gonna say this. I like InfoWars. Alex Jones is crazy. They're turning the frogs gay. That's true. They're turning the frogs gay. It's fact. They're changing all the males into females with pheromones. It's crazy, man. They can change the weather with the HART program too. Do you know that? So they've got a base in Alaska, and they've got these big old electrical poles, and they send ions into the air, and they can create hurricanes into the ocean. They can't like create a hurricane over Louisiana or anything, but in Alaska they can send a hurricane over the ocean. They're working on it, man. It's crazy, dude. You can get onto every single military base except that one.
I have a question. Which natural disaster?
Oh man. Probably a meteor or an asteroid. A meteor? Yeah, I feel like that's going to come soon. You know, we've got a big one every couple thousand years.
All right. I hope everyone's having a lovely Monday morning. Is it still morning or afternoon? I'm not even sure. Well, hit the like button, share the stream, I'll be out here for a few hours. They plan on, like I said, doing the caravan and then going past the Robert E. Lee statue, which is a few miles away. And the reason for going to the Robert E. Lee statue is, let me pull up the flyer here. So the flyer for the statue says, "Take back our state." This is going to be at the Lee Monument. Yep, Robert E. Lee. So it says, after the VCDL, which is this, Virginia Citizens Defense League caravan, after that caravan, join us to celebrate and show our solidarity to taking back our state from the tyrannical Democrats. That's the flyer. Okay.
Someone asked me, whose blood is that? So I should protest.
All right.
There were over a million. So I estimate they do.
And they got a website with
specific points.
You want to do it that way,
Yeah, so everybody's just, all the press is kind of just crowding around the Boogaloo Boys here.
Fair enough. So you guys think the Boogaloo movement is strong enough to take down the U.S. military?
I think that a lot of the U.S. military is the Boogaloo movement.
Fair enough.
Mike Dunn just said he thinks that a lot of the military are Boogaloo Boys.
I got it. Thanks. That's the scariest thing you said all day.
You too.
Hey, Sean. On there, doing something.
All right. Let's do it.
But anyone you see that, like...
So a lot of the press is going to be following the Boogaloo Boys. Not sure where they're marching to, but the press will be right behind them. And then maybe some cops on bikes.
And I only remember horse commands, like lots of
Excuse me. Mind if I ask you a question?
As long as it's not on mic.
As long as what?
Not recorded.
Oh, it's live, so.
No, thank
you. No, okay.
They're from. This is gonna sound weird.
Some of these people are hesitant to talk. Not everybody, but.
Good job.
Excuse me. Mind if I ask you guys a couple questions? I heard you guys talk. Yeah, I know.
Water. You can ask someone else.
What party? Yeah. I heard you guys speaking over there, but I wasn't recording then.
Okay, yeah.
Get some time.
Sure, yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. Was it fun last year?
Last year, your first year. This is my.
You ever come over and listen to our speakers at 11 o'clock at the Bell Tower?
No, before last year.
Yeah, I go every year.
There's usually like, before last year, it was only like 200, 250 of us.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's the very opposite of what we're striving for. No, actually, I don't think there's a movement gridlock. The first bus to rise at 12.
There's a picture of Ron Paul here. So this group calls themselves the Ron Paul Militia.
I don't know, but there's a lot of people following in vehicles behind the bus that may park and come out and stretch their legs. I'm hoping they will. I don't know.
Right. Just a nice Monday walk, you know?
Oh, it's a whole lot better than last year.
Yeah.
A Monday stroll.
Last year I stood down there at 10th and Bank from 8 o'clock till 12 o'clock and never moved, and everybody was looking elbow to elbow. But I still had a blast, and everybody was together. We're all here for the same reason.
Trying to find every little drop of sunlight.
That's right.
Yeah, because it was. That's right.
I encourage y'all all to keep on coming, and if they ever open that building.
Can I ask you guys a question about Ron Paul? Can you explain to me why you call yourselves the Ron Paul Militia?
Well, actually, let's say Kurt would be the best person to ask that.
Hey, what's up?
He wants to know why we call ourselves the Ron Paul Militia.
It's just in honor of Ron Paul. He's a big libertarian advocate, and just out of honor to, in respect to for him, because he's brought a lot of people into the libertarian movement.
Yeah, interesting, cool. And can you guys tell me why you're out here today?
We're just out walking around, just enjoying the nice weather we got today.
Well,
just kind of
why with the firearms?
Oh, it's just we're just exercising our rights. It's all right to carry firearms, and so we're just walking around and
Don't exercise your rights, you'll lose them.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Everybody here is on our side. We're all pro-gun. 2A. That's a side, I guess.
Yeah, I was here last year. There was a lot of people here last year.
A lot of people.
Yeah, and
a lot of people.
Why not as many people out here?
I think mainly because the U.S. Capitol in D.C., they were afraid things were going to happen today. There's a lot of people on the road as we speak coming, and they're going to do a drive-by, I guess because of COVID.
Right. She's in here somewhere. She stopped. So
all right.
Here, just so you know.
Sorry, man.
Are you good?
She look for me? I haven't seen her.
She's probably got a mask.
She's here somewhere.
And yeah, so the caravan's going to come by.
Caravan comes, there's going to be one every hour, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 3 o'clock. 4 buses coming from 4 different directions. Wow. I think the first wave, where's the first wave coming from? Do you know? I haven't looked. I'm just a member of BCEL. Philip Van Cleve just went into
he was just here.
He just went into the building. He walked by here probably about a half hour, 45 minutes ago.
So now, how is the caravan going to show defiance?
They're just going to ride down. Everything's blocked off in here, so they can't come here. They're going to ride down Broad Street, probably make a couple loops, and then go back home. But some of those vehicles that are following may stop and come down here and talk. I don't know. Everybody's an individual. There's no event planned today, other than the caravan coming through, and all y'all standing out here, while we're stretching our legs.
Thank you.
They should ask you. Where's the first bus? We're all going to carry back. Okay, well. That's what they do. Yeah, I know. Burgess Regional area.
I was just thinking that. All right, so we're gonna march. We're not gonna march. We're gonna walk down here. There is another group. Well, the Boogaloo boys, they walk down here. So we're gonna go see what's going on. Because there may be some things happening on the outside around the state capitol building. So not where we were, but like outside on these outside streets here.
Very well. I work for this kid. Very well. I'll just have to go find a city cop. Yes, huh? Yeah, and they'll probably be a fucking pussy who doesn't give a shit about protecting our block either.
Can you tell me what the crime was?
Go read the sign, mister. Read the fucking sign.
What's it say? All right. So I'll go take a look at the sign.
That's the law in Richmond.
What's he saying?
He's saying that the guys who walked down here were defying the law, carrying the firearms past this point, and he tried to get the officer to, I guess, to stop them.
What do the cops say?
He said that he's, what was it, state police or? Yeah, he's Capitol Police, so he couldn't do anything.
Not true.
He's not state,
I
yeah.
talked to an officer down there before when I said, so what's the plan? Are you guys doing anything? You're not? And he's just like, guns aren't banned. And I'm like, the sign says, he's like, read the sign. I'm like, there's a gun with a line through it. And he's like, read the code. And so I guess whatever this code is, which I haven't had a chance to look up yet, like, he's just like, basically he's just like, that's it. And like, then he walked away. So that, I guess, was his statement.
All right. Well,
that guy's fired up, man.
Yeah.
He looks like he could be trouble.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Possibly, he might be more trouble than the people he's worried about.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
You know?
Good point. Are you? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Take care.
You can't spray a crowd with bullets and murder them. You can punch some guy.
Are they to the left here?
I don't know. I'm trying to find a job at the top.
Yeah. I saw them all looking. That's why. Oh yeah. I see a lot of people down here. All right. Taking you guys on a little stroll through Richmond, Virginia. There's one of the cars, I guess, going with the caravan. Yeah. All right, so they're marching this way.
That's the same crew that was out.
Yeah. Wow. As you can see, there are way more journalists here than Boogaloo Boys or any gun rights activist. Oh, this guy's this is gonna be good.
Yeah, the army didn't send you here. You should take those colors down, you punk-ass piece of shit.
Let them through the barrier.
Hey guys, smash that like button. All right, share the stream. And if you're not a member, become a member. Go to statuscoup.com/join. Only $5 a month, and you get my coverage, Jordan's coverage, Jen's coverage. So my thinking is things will kind of get a little heated up, maybe in the next hour or so, and then when they head over to the Lee statue, I'm not sure who they're going to be met with there, but normally Black Lives Matter occupies that space. I'm not sure if the police do have it barricaded off. That's what I heard. but not confirmed.
World peace. World peace. Huh? Yeah. No. But I'm telling them out of my mouth. I'm telling you out of my mouth. It's world peace.
The sign to be on the front page, and they're going to call you.
No. No. Not at all.
It means supporting them in whatever they like to do. They want to go.
So basically, he was explaining when they throw up the hand sign, which looks like the white power sign. He's claiming that it's not.
Doing that now.
Yeah,
And now that's going to be front page news. That'll be front page news. Don't try not to do that. Just explain it to them, but don't do the symbol.
Yeah.
Make them do the symbol.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's what they want you to do.
I already know, bro.
All right. Thank you.
Why are y'all so against that? I'm just curious. Any explanations? No? No? Why is the media so against this? No? What makes you think
We're
the media's
protected.
against
None of
you?
them are armed.
Yeah. I'm protecting
You know why they're so safe? Because we're armed.
You need fucking personalities. I'm protecting. It's insane.
Were y'all here last year?
Yeah, they're just going to drive like a random place. We're not going to be able to get near here. I mean, Cary is this first street. That's like, what's that, 2-3 blocks away.
In France?
Oh, those shirts, by the way, said Biden is not my president.
I'm a big fan of politics.
So I think this is the Black Lives Matter group here. Maybe a couple of Black Panthers. Ooh, sorry.
Versus like a good.
Yeah.
Black men in America, any type of fear, there's no type of fear that we haven't experienced every single day of our lives. Like, this has literally been our reality our entire lives. So right now, this is nothing new. They're not saying anything new to us. You've been saying this to us for 400 years. So the threat of this, we've been enslaved. We had to fight our way out of that. We had to, had to fight through Selma. We had to fight through Bloody Sunday. We had to, everything we already been fighting. So like I said again, now that they can kind of see what it's like to be that. This is the Columbus mentality. That was what America was built on. Coming over here and conquering individuals. This has been what America is. Coming over here raping, killing. That's what America is. This is what America has been. This is no surprise. So Christopher Columbus coming over here, raping and taking over the land, bringing us over here, enslaving us, bringing us through this cycle, what's new? And so now, all of a sudden, the white man is getting his door kicked in. Now, all of a sudden, batten down the hatches. Oh, now it's a huge threat. What happened? We've been out here screaming this for the past 400 years. Why are you just getting it now? The shoe is on the other foot. That the brother has a gun. This is nothing new.
I know you gave your name earlier, but I didn't catch it. Do you mind giving it again?
Jafari, Japhari. Last name Jones, Jones.
Thanks very much.
No problem.
Thank you.
You guys have you have any affiliation with any other militias, or is this like a local chapter? Can you just explain?
I was BLM 757. I came out here with my comrades of the original Black Panthers of Virginia, as well as the Fred Hampton Gun Club, and as well as the Black Lives Matter RVA. So we out here as a united front, and we are out here as individuals. Anything outside of that, we have no partnering in.
And how do you feel about being armed and why it's important for the black community to arm themselves?
Because the KKK, the Proud Boys, law enforcement can kick in your door and do as they please. It's no longer time for us to be sitting back and not having any of the ammunitions and just coming in. You know, that can't be happening anymore. If it has to be us or whoever comes through our door, it has to be us. We have to be able to protect our family. We have to be able to make sure that our kids see the next day. It's always the officer's safety. It's always the politician's safety. It's never the people's safety. So when we say who protects us, we really mean that. So we protect us, and we have to continue to protect us. Outside of that, we can't trust anybody. We've been doing this for 400 years plus, and we haven't seen a face yet that we can trust until, like I said, it's on their door. The country that was conquered by white men is still ran by predominantly old white men and women. How does that make sense? The color of the whole color scale of the whole Senate, Congress, President, look at that. This country was from indigenous people who didn't look like anybody who's in office. We're all black. We were brought over here. The percentage is what, 1%? How is that even possible? And y'all stole this land. Y'all stole this land. Why are we still having this question?
Have you had any conflicts in any kind of these gatherings within the other militias or Proud Boys?
We had them, sorry?
Have you had any conflicts or any run-ins with like the Proud Boys or militias or anything like that?
Never. We've never had any interactions. Like I said, we come out here to speak our piece. You know, as long as everybody keeps it that same way, everybody will be in the same space.
So what is it about being here today? Is this about Lobby Day?
Yeah, so Take Back the Power, our initiative was in putting forth, making sure that everything that we marched for all summer is brought forth to here as well. And also, like I said, we are honoring Dr. King and his birthday as a celebrate, even though it's not his birthday, we are celebrating his honor. And because of him, being Malcolm, because of Martin, you know, we're able to do this as freely as we are now. To even be able to get to this point, to be able to fight to this point is a testimony and all that they fought for. They wanted to see this go on, and so we are our ancestors' wildest dreams.
What are your thoughts about what's happening politically, and do you have,
Thank you. Thank you.
What are your thoughts about what's happening politically? Oh, sorry. Yeah.
We can all back up as well, guys. All of us can actually.
What are your thoughts about what's happening politically, and what are your opinions on it?
I mean, it's nothing to really talk about in it. You know, I didn't support Biden, Keto, etc. I just hope they, you know, to give the America that they promised. I'm encouraging everybody now to start looking into the independents, start looking to the Libertarian Party, start looking into the other candidates now. Stop just leaving it down to a Democrat and a Republican when there's a lot of different options. Make sure everybody is doing your due diligence. And even if I may, I am running for Lieutenant Governor here in Virginia. And this could be my announcement. I announced it last year, but I am running this year, so I have to get my 10,000 signatures by June. Like I said, we literally have to take it from the streets into the stage. We've made our state, we made our point, that we've been given case after case after case. It's time for every individual to make sure that they are doing their due diligence and making sure they're elected. But they can't depend on the politicians. We can't depend on the politicians. At the end of the day, the politicians go home to their fancy, you know, their salaries and their things. We have to worry about ourselves in the home. So we have to get more ingredient in our community, actually taking care of other community needs, the mental health, the homelessness, the suicide, the preventions and things of that nature. So we have to make sure we're taking care of home, if nothing else. And whoever's elected, if they're going to be willing to help us do that, then fine. If not, at the end of the day, once again, we protect us.
Thank you for your time, brother. You can tell me your name? Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
Jafari. I'm sorry. Jafari. Sorry. Can I get your thoughts about what happened last week on the 6th?
I mean, it was what America is. It's what America has always been, you know, fight and conquer. It was interesting to see, but it was no surprise. This is the things that they have been preaching, and I guess they had their chance to do it, and they struck. So, you know, I don't really have any words for it. It's, you know, the chickens are coming home to roost, and that's about the best I can subscribe that one.
What are your plans for Wednesday? What do you think you're gonna do, guys?
Watch TV. Maybe, you know, chillax. Maybe, you know, take some tea time. You know, I'm not really celebrating anything like that. So it's like, there's no real plans for it for me, in all honesty, because I don't, you know, it's not going to be anything. It's nothing that I was looking forward to. And it's the passing of the guard. It's really nothing to celebrate in my eyes.
Do you have any faith in the Biden administration?
Absolutely not. I don't have faith in any government. So, like I said, we'll see. Like I said, I would like to be proven wrong. Like I said, we would like to have a seat at that table to have these discussions. So I would like to, take that serious moment to say that, if invited to the table to have a chat about what we can do to push forward what's going on in our community, because at the end of the day, that's what we're out here for. Our community, we represent the 757 Hampton Roads area, so whatever we can do to make sure our area is taken care of and the state of Virginia is taken care of, then we'll be moving forward. We look forward to, like I say, at least having that conversation. So outside of just, saying stuff, reach out to the people who have been on the ground, reach out to these community leaders and find out what the communities actually need. Because if you're going off of data, who gave you this data? You're going off of, numbers that you've crunched in something, and you're not going off of actual experience from being on the ground, from knowing who's actually living in these neighborhoods, knowing who's going through something because they may have lost a family member early in life, or because, somebody's been incarcerated, or, people have a lot of different backgrounds. So if you're not in the community, find out what's really going on, you're just going off stats and data, you have to change that up. You can't.
Thank you.
No problem.
Think about Oxford here, they see a black guy, a big ass guy by himself. I'm not even on the so-called left, but it doesn't matter.
You talk? Are y'all thinking you're not here with anyone?
I did exercise my Second Amendment.
There's a oops, sorry. All right, let me just check the chat here. Hope everyone's doing well. We got over 5,000 people watching. Nice. How's everyone doing? Hit the like button if you're doing all right. Yeah, so there's mixed groups here. We got Boogaloo Boys, Proud Boys, Black Panthers, Black Lives Matter chapter, 757.
I heard the lady that doesn't.
Okay. Thank you.
Can I ask you, why do you feel the need to be out here with the firearm and...
Why not? Why not?
Are there any laws that are stopping you at this point?
Well, Northern Menace Gang is still trying to pass anti-Second Amendment laws. That's the problem. Towards all people, regardless of race, religion, culture. That's still the problem.
Thank you.
That's all.
Would you mind staying right here?
No, fuck that,
A lot of people were saying, oh, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And things may. But if we don't stand up and we don't take accountability for ourselves and what's going on, nothing's going to change. So I'm here to show people that, hey, look, we will come out, we will show up in the face of whatever, and to let them know, yes, we own guns, and you should protect yourself and your property. And so we're just basically here to be the shining example of that.
Do you consider yourselves counter-protesters to the white supremacists up the street?
Absolutely not, because we're not here to protest. We're just here to enjoy the Second Amendment and make that stance that we support it.
Do you have concerns about the fact that the open carry laws in Richmond prohibit the carrying of guns during protests or events that would require a protest?
Well, yeah, I don't like any of the. I don't like any of those laws being banned. I think they did that in Newport News as well. I would rather for it to stay the same, where you can open carry and concealed as well. But
are you worried that it will be inequitably enforced by the police here?
I'm not worried, but if it does, it does. It's the law, and when the law comes in, you have to obey it for the time being and then fight to change it. You know, that's all you can do. Is keep fighting and keep pushing. But if you don't come to things like this and you're not seen and you're not vocal about it, then nobody knows, and it just goes away, and we fall under the radar as if we don't care, and then that's where your votes don't matter and different things don't matter. So we have to show up.
Gotcha. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. No, go ahead.
Are you all planning on staying right here?
No.
Because I saw that there was a sign over there that said there's no guns, and then some boogaloos were standing out there. So I'm wondering, like, do you guys have a plan, like, where you're going to be positioning yourselves?
No, we just walking.
Okay.
Yeah, we just walking. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, what's changed this lobby day around? Like, how are you guys thinking about this lobby day?
Well, for us, it's really the same.
A lot less, like, Sorry, excuse me.
Make a hold, please.
Not sure what happened here. I think a militia group was walking through the Black Lives Matter, Black Panthers group here, and yeah.
I haven't seen like I've seen just like state police and then catching them on the interstate. Catching them, like I mean, honestly, so like I think the most I saw in one spot was like 3. No brakes.
Justify. How do you at all even justify somebody reaching for it? How do you at all justify shooting somebody in the back? How do you at all justify after you ask somebody for reaching their ID, you taking them out to the slaughter? How do you justify any of that?
But they let them storm the Capitol.
They let them storm the Capitol with their guns on their hips, and they did nothing. They sat there and screamed and cried as they pushed past them. How are you sitting here screaming and crying? You have a gun on your hip. All of them had guns on their hip. They could have all did exactly what they would have did to us at a routine traffic stop. Yeah. The same thing they would have did to us at any given time. The same thing they've been doing to us, shooting us in the back, shooting us while we're asleep, choking us out, putting their knee in our necks. But y'all couldn't stop them getting in the Capitol, and y'all are sitting there armed, and y'all fully armed. So if y'all are that scared, they could have opened fire.
And we
like
saw,
they would have did with
exactly,
us.
and we saw that happen. So what now? What now? Obviously, a lot of people say they made a statement by this to black people, black and brown people. That was a statement. What now?
I mean, that was no statement to us. That was a statement that that was their political beef. That's not their beef with us. That's their beef with the government. Let them have their beef. We had our beef with the government. We handled it our way. They handled it their way. At the end of the day with me, do what you do. I'm not here to defend anybody in that office. I'm not here to defend anybody on that Senate floor. I'm not here to defend anybody taking presidency. I'm here to defend the black community and the black community only. So at the end of the day, all of that happening at the White House had nothing to do with me. Picking daisies, drinking tea, enjoying what was on TV for once in a while. You know, sitting back and watching it all happen, I was with leave.
I appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot for your time.
No problem.
My name is Andrew. Thank you for agreeing to the interview. Yeah, let me make sure everybody's framed up. We got a couple of guys.
You said Andrew?
Yeah, Andrew. The independent YouTube channel called All Gas and Breaks.
Really nice guy, though.
So the Proud Boy just walked by, threw up the hand sign.
Yeah, throwing up the white power joke.
How far are we?
So everybody's on edge right now. This group right here, the Black Panthers and Black Lives Matter, they're kind of like super aware. So they're gonna start moving. They're gonna split up. Not sure where they're gonna go, but they are probably expecting more Proud Boys to show up. So maybe they're trying to avoid any confrontation. Just a lot of press here. So I'm guessing the Proud Boy guy had made a right.
Maybe they caught a flag. There you go, run a lift. Back on the seat.
Oh! Hey! I need y'all to clear out my lawn! Back up! Let's go!
Hey, oh, what's poppin'?
I got him like when they were building. 6 feet. 6 feet.
Stay off the sidewalk and away from them. You're welcome.
So the guy who was yelling at the two gentlemen earlier for walking past that sign that said no firearms, he was just right there as the Black Lives Matter group passed him, and he thanked them for protecting Virginia against Nazis. He didn't say anything about their firearms though, so not sure. Oh, here comes the caravan.
Don't tread on me. Proud of him. Be proud of him.
You guys, we appreciate this. Be careful because we didn't shut the street down so these people still aren't paying attention.
So I can see down the road here. There is another group, Militia. Let me see if I can zoom in. Just over this person's shoulder. All right, so if they make a right there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back down the street and go around. I hate following behind 100 other photographers and journalists. Everybody's getting the same shot, same story. Let me see. All right, let's just go this way. Looks like they're standing on that corner. If you have not done so already, hit the like button. Share the stream. Become a member. Oh, they did make it right, so just follow them in circles. So Boogaloos and Black Lives Matter do get along. They do protest together.
I think it's
Hey, Mark. So they just did a big loop around, come back to the same spot.
Is that the Boogaloo Boys down there? Right.
Yes. Or no.
That's right, I watched it and I'm like, people fighting to be
Oops, sorry.
Watch yourself. Yeah.
All right.
This is the Ron Paul Militia. Can I ask you about voluntarism?
Sure.
Cool. Just tell me what it's about.
Voluntarism is the principle of self-ownership. It's a rejection of the initiation of force against others, and it's about voluntary relationships, not forcing people into relationships without consent. One of the biggest ones that everybody encounters is government. Government is a non-consensual relationship. You're forced to pay taxes. You're forced to follow regulations that you never agreed to. So that's one of the things that voluntarism is all about.
When did this start up? Is this an organization?
It's not an organization. It's just an ideology.
Right.
Yeah, I encourage everybody to look into it, to read about it for themselves, and to
Where could they go to find information?
There's a lot of information, a lot of literature. Murray Rothbard, Michael Huemer. There are plenty of authors who have written about it. But yeah, I just encourage people to look into the principles. It's voluntarism, self-ownership. Those are some of the key words to look for if you're looking into it.
Cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. Take care, man.
What? It's like $15 for like a thing. I'm the one
So the Black Lives Matter group, militia group, did walk past the Proud Boy here that was throwing up the sign. The white power sign, which he claims is not white power, stands for world peace. Let me just check to see what time it is. Hold on, I'll check the chats too.
But guess what? For the Facebook Live,
So if you guys want to hang out with me, maybe I'll stay on. Maybe I'll stay live for when we're heading to the Lee statue, which I did forget to check the time. All right, it's only 12:30.
I don't think that is like
I remember I was here last year. It was around the same time, January, around this time. And there were thousands of people here. The street was packed. You could barely even move. This guy right here is the
look good. A lot of cars. That's just the first caravan from Northern Virginia.
Okay, you're hearing a lot of people on the move on their way here?
Yeah.
Okay. What about these sort of more radical elements, these Boogaloo Boys? Do you feel that they help your cause or hurt your cause?
Well, it's America. They're free to be wherever they want. It's not me to tell anybody where they can or can't be. I'm a nobody.
Well, and Mr. Pitt, can you talk about why it was a caravan this year?
I'm never going to get to eat.
Yeah, he hasn't eaten in low blood sugar.
I haven't eaten at breakfast. No, it's okay. You don't know. But what did you say? Why it's important this year?
Yeah, why it's important.
Well, the caravan was because of COVID, and it was because the government originally, the governor put us getting the bell tower like we've had for the last 18 years. But you know, it worked out. It's one of these karma things where he did that because he banned us from, didn't give us a permit. We did the caravans. We had a couple months to plan that. And believe me, it's a huge effort. Then he shut this down anyhow. So if that had happened to us, we'd have had no time to do anything. So it actually worked out.
Well, and why was it important this year?
Because the General Assembly passed a lot of gun control last year. They've got some on the ticket here. We don't want any more gun control. In fact, we don't want the gun control we've got. We need to reverse it. So we were having a lot of people coming to make a message saying no gun control. We don't want it. Don't do it. In fact, go the other way. Start unraveling some of this and give us our rights back.
All right, Phil, we got to go or else you're...
I'll be back on you later. I'm also doing interviews with the press, but you have to schedule them through Secretary at VCDL.
Secretary at VCDL.
Thank you for what you did.
Hey, don't be a bootlicker status cook like the VCDL people. They want to comply with the law. It's past time. Hold on, let me get this thing off.
Yeah.
You know, it's past time that we stop complying. VCDL came down here in January and they chanted, "We will not comply." But then they want to preach compliance. Us young men in this country, we're tired. We're fed up. We signed the dotted line. We offer our lives for our country. And all we see is division and hatred. We see peaceful protesters getting brutalized by police, which I have witnessed Richmond PD do themselves. And we have stood against it. The media called us white supremacists. USA Today just aired an article about us, colored us Trump supporters. We're not even Trump supporters. And then you got VCDL want to preach, oh, we're going to beat these laws in court. Well, Philip, if you can hear me, I don't know, you're about 100 years too late. You're using the same system, and you're not solving the problem.
Philip is the guy that was just speaking before.
The only answer to this governmental infringement is armed revolt, and I'm proudly guilty of sedition. Our forefathers were traitors. They were guilty of treason. I will be proud to stand and walk with them with the same attitude, the same core beliefs. We're here today openly defying these laws, these unconstitutional city ordinances, and no one's going to stop us because we're not going to bend. We're not going to cluck to the status like VCDL likes to do. We're here openly carrying in pure defiance of this unconstitutional city ordinance. We're rocking mags with double the legal limit. And I do it proudly. You want to arrest me, arrest me. You want to charge me, charge me. But I'll stand by the Constitution because I swore an oath to it. And I'll uphold that oath, unlike a lot of our oath breakers that want to call themselves oath keepers like to do. I'll stand by anybody's rights to be left alone. Whether they're LGBTQ+, whether they're Black Lives Matter, whether they're Antifa, whether they're Trumpers, whether they're MAGA, they have the right to speak. They have the right to peacefully protest, and I'll stand by that. What I am sick of is seeing these old men block our venues, our avenues, and say we've got it under control. And all we do repeatedly is get tread on. Well, today we're not getting tread on. This is about unity. This is about freedom. This is about true liberty. It's not about Trump. It's not about MAGA. It's not about Democrats. It's not about Republicans. It's about me and my boys right here standing together and saying we're done. We're not going to comply. VCDL can preach their message all they want, but I assure you when it comes to the younger generation, it's beginning to fall on deaf ears. Our ears are deaf concerning VCDL. They have not solved the issue. The only answer to solving our issue is armed revolt. Thank you all, Six Semper Tyrannis, which means, and is on our state flag, thus always deterrence.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Mike Dunn.
Mike what?
Dunn.
Done. Thank you.
I'm not going to bother you more, but I'm going to write you an email.
Again, that was Mike Dunn with the Virginia Knights. He openly defies state laws. Usually protests. He does protest with Black Lives Matter. He does march with them. The 757 chapter here in Richmond.
Regardless.
Where's the name come from, Mike? That's right.
Excuse me.
I just put in, I think loudest. 70. And hope you do.
So you talked about how when I was 16, I do not know we have 13 chapters. And I'd have to give my team exactly. We're in top 3,000 as of yesterday.
Excuse me.
We're just a branch of the Boogaloo.
Huh?
We're a branch of the Boogaloo.
And this specific branch also has different localized chapters?
Correct. We're in several different states.
Thank you.
We count on our numbers. What does the after of the Second American Revolution look like for you?
Well, I look at it like this. I'm pretty sure it's going to be destitution, but I would rather live in destitution as a free man than live in hypothetical chains as a, in a happy dream place like we live in. I'd rather live in destitution as a free man. So whatever comes, let it come.
YouTube just shut me down. YouTube.
Yeah, they shut a lot of live streams down.
How has that changed your message out on Facebook?
It just makes us more popular. You guys are getting our message out.
Could you just explain about messaging and how you
Say again?
Could you just explain a bit more about messaging?
What do you want to know?
Messaging and recruitment.
We get our message out however we can, and people know how to find us. If they're that interested in us, they'll find us.
And you credit the media to helping recruitment?
Well, you're doing it right now.
And what kind of increase of not membership, but
We've had a very high increase in interest. We received between the social medias that we have, secret social media and emails, we've received over 14,000 emails since January 6th. And messages. Yeah, I can't get to them all. My team is trying to handle it now.
And how much organization is there within the group?
In the Boogaloo as a whole, they're a lot like us. We run our crew, we run it good.
I mean, in terms of like social media managers, any sort of,
Not a lot. Now, Last Sons, we're organized, but some of the other groups are not as organized.
I mean, obviously the group was bored of the internet, so
yep.
I would imagine everybody would be quite good at it, huh?
Yeah, we're very versed in it. Yeah, like it just brings another hope that somebody will maybe.
Can I ask you about the flag?
Yeah, man. It's called the Thin Aloha line. It's a little bit of a play on the thin blue line. The igloo, the word boogaloo was banned from any social media, so we worked around that, saying big igloo or big luau. That's kind of where the Hawaiian comes in.
So they banned boogaloo, the word boogaloo?
The word boogaloo would get you in trouble on Facebook, or the boogaloo flag. This flag got me banned from Facebook. So.
Why do you think that is?
Because the media portrays us as something we're not. Just like We talked to plenty of reporters last night at the restaurant. Explained to them we're not Trump supporters. Explained to them we're not right wing. And the Daily Mail posted that we're armed Trump supporters. Like, why talk to us if you're just going to post whatever you want?
Why are you questions?
And I love the fact that people are trying to find out what we stand for, and they're openly asking questions. That dialogue's always good.
Yeah, absolutely. What are your political thoughts about the Biden administration?
They're going to overreach completely because they have complete control of the government. So, if it starts, it starts. You know, if he comes after gun laws, that's a lot of our lines in the sand. So that's why we're here today.
What are your thoughts about what happened at the Capitol on the 6th?
Right thing to do, but for the wrong reasons. We don't support Trump, so we wouldn't storm the Capitol over the angry orange man. Maybe have a better plan next time. I mean, the elitist people in Congress and Senate separate themselves completely from the American people. They're so outraged that we felt the need to go talk to them. And I mean, they need to be reminded that the halls of Congress are the people's house. You have every right to go ask, hey, why is this? But they literally separate themselves.
Cool. Yep. Thank you.
So what are your immediate political goals?
Political goals?
Yeah.
To be left alone.
Okay.
To stand for liberty, to use my Second Amendment rights to ensure the First Amendment rights of anyone in this nation. I've stood for Black Lives Matter. I've stood for Antifa. I've stood for Trump supporters. We stand for you no matter who. So, and the media paints us in a completely different picture, but hopefully after today, maybe somebody will see.
How so wrong? You said you're not Trump supporters. They paint you as white supremacists?
They paint us as white supremacists. They paint us as right wing. We're all libertarians.
Libertarians?
Yes.
Yes.
Trump passed more gun laws than Obama did. He banned bump stocks. So if you're a true Second Amendment activist, why would you support a guy that banned an accessory to a gun? We view any gun law as an infringement.
So what are you planning to do to achieve your political goals?
This that we're doing right now, openly defying the laws.
Openly defying the laws. Yeah. But armed rebellion is not something that you're to talk about.
We're not accelerationists. We're defensive. We're neutral as it comes to political, and we're strictly defensive. If they attempted to arrest us, of course we would defend ourselves. But they want to go home just like we want to go home. And we're all Americans at the end of the day. And if they remember that oath that they swore to be a police officer, they might think twice about trying to arrest someone for a gun law.
You said earlier that you voted for Trump in 2016.
I did.
And then so tell me about your political evolution since then.
2018 libertarian, 2021 there is no political solution.
So what prompted that?
My distrust in governments at every level, pretty much.
But I mean, why did it change between 2016 and 2018?
I saw myself as a Republican growing up just because I grew up in that type of family. I believe that you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want as long as it does not affect or hurt anyone else. Be gay all you want, don't be gay with me. Abort all the babies you want, don't abort my baby.
Okay.
It's literally, we want to be left alone.
Live and let live.
Exactly.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
And I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name earlier.
PZ.
PZ?
P-E-Z-Y.
P-E-E-Z-Y. E-Z-Y. Thank you. All right.
No problem.
Hi. We're from a European broadcasting. Can you explain the colorful...
They had to get out.
I gotta put my camera away.
No, that's what I'm thinking.
Like, I was saying I might I might
and so I think that it was professionally agitated.
That's just.
All right, let's take a walk down here, see if anything's going on down here. You see anything around the corner here? I don't know, walk with it. Yeah. You didn't see anything around the corner here, right?
No, you got the NFAC that.
Yeah.
NFAC, okay.
I'm gonna go there.
Yeah, I already covered that.
All right.
They sound a bit. They seem a bit more twitchy than everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. We gotta go walk all the way around. All right, so we're gonna take a walk around the barricades here. We're gonna go in front of the state capitol building where the it's NFAC, not fucking around crew, right? Or no, NFAC, not fucking around coalition. Yeah, not fucking around coalition. That's who it was with the Black Lives Matter 757 group and also Black Panthers. They're over here in front of the state capitol house.
Do you know about the NFAC? Their leader is a guy called Jack.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm live by the way. Yeah, no, that's alright. Yeah. And then watch this. That's when it started.
No, I mean he started it recently.
Ah.
Yeah, he's known. Competitive DJs.
I think in a little while we should head towards the Lee statue. It's a few minutes away. Yeah, no, we'll have to drive. All right, hope everyone's doing well. Hit the like button, share the stream. All right, we got over 4,000 people watching, so I need 4,000 likes. Hey, I'm gonna go over there with the NFAC.
So that's one point we agree on. Where am I leaning? You said I'm leaning further to one side. So where am I leaning further to one side?
It's not about, free speech or anything like that. So we're talking free speech right now.
We're talking private company rights.
Free speech right now. We have free speech. Please don't video as much as possible. I don't really want to be on the internet.
I'll actually turn mine off so we can have a real.
I mean, I'm not here to be.
No, yeah, sure, bro. I'll actually look. So we can have a real.
All right, I'll let them have their conversation. How you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Good. Are you a Virginia resident?
Yeah, I am.
What do you think about all this going on?
I think so far all's good.
Yeah.
I've been by it a couple times, all quiet.
Yeah, I was here last year at the rally. Thousands more people.
Yeah, quite a few. In fact, I didn't bother coming up last year, but it's fine.
Yeah, and you agree with Second Amendment rights?
Fine with the Second Amendment.
Cool. All right. Thank you, sir.
You have
Take
a good
care.
day.
You too. Only 1,900 of you hit the like button. Come on, we got 4,000 people in here. hit the like button. I'm out here walking around for you guys. Shit.
You live?
Yep. Yeah. Would you like to say anything? Oh yeah, no. Yeah.
Oh, you're fans, man. You have fans. You have to give them what they want, and they want you.
They want this. They want the story. They don't want to see me on camera. Right, guys? You don't want to see me on camera. You just want the story. What's happening here?
Not much happening, so you can explain.
Yeah. Now they're on the move. Well, they can't go far because it's all barricaded off over there. And there is the Virginia State Capitol building. Some of the windows are boarded up. Oh, sorry about that. Oh, jeez, I did it again, sorry.
Good hands. Yep.
Black power, black power.
Black power. Thank you.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You got the information to send it?
Yeah, I gave my information to a few different people, but I can give it to whoever needs it.
How's everything going on the outside?
Yeah, quite.
I think they're like supposed to be here. It wasn't barricaded at all. No, it was a police line and they just walked past it.
Oh.
I did over there. Yeah.
You think they're gonna head over to the
These guys?
Not them. Well, they might.
That would be interesting.
Lloyd? Okay.
Funds for the rest of the for now here. Yeah, I think. You good? Right. Don't you do it all the time? Last time I saw it, down there, there's Capitol Police Officer down there.
For a lot of reasons, like we talked about before, with the back and forth, products and video and stuff like those things are part of the us. Like I say, that we just make if you look at one real documented things that happen. They're doing it, so it doesn't understand.
I think, like Mike's statement is basically never have a time.
You guys mind if I ask you a couple questions?
You can ask me a question.
Yeah, cool. Can you tell me why you're out here today?
I'm just supporting my Second Amendment right, exercising my rights as a civilian. Or not as a civilian, but...
Why do you feel the need to do that?
Because people like to infringe on our civil liberties, and it's no excuse for that. You swear an oath on the Constitution to support and defend the United States. Hey, you're coming out here serving the public, but then you're taking their rights. That's not good to me. I don't like that.
And can I ask you your thoughts about what happened last week at the Capitol?
It was pretty crazy. I don't like the violence. I don't condone it. It's terrible. But I understand why people were angry. So, hey, when you're on lockdown for months on end, people get mad when you take away their jobs. People don't have anything else to go after. If I'm hungry on the street and I want some food, I'm going to go take my food. And if somebody is taking my food, I'm going to go after them. It's the way that I see it. So I understand why they were mad. Don't condone any of the violence, but at the same time, I get it. You got to fight for what you believe in at the end of the day. That's what everybody does. That's what everybody wants. That's what we should really be supporting. I mean, it's your First Amendment right to be able to peacefully protest. I saw it and I was there. It wasn't too crazy for the most part. Yeah, some windows did get broken, but hey, look, that's bad. Nobody liked that stuff. Nobody is here for that. At least that's the way I see it. But yeah, as far as that goes, that's what I think about last week.
What about the attacking the police? Them attacking the police?
No, it's wrong. It's completely wrong.
It's completely wrong.
Nobody should attack the police, regardless of what side you're on, unless the police is coming toward you and assaulting you. But, it just depends on the situation, because I do believe in self-defense at the end of the day. You can't just let somebody beat up on you and just take it. That's the way I see it. Unless you're committing a crime, then, you committed a crime, what do you expect? But as far as attacking the police, either side, BLM, Antifa, anybody, it could be Trump supporters, it could be anybody. You shouldn't do it.
Now, recently, the NRA did claim bankruptcy. Speak about that a little bit?
So the NRA declared bankruptcy because they want to establish themselves in Texas. As far as their income goes, hey, look, if you got money, you wouldn't declare bankruptcy. You see what I'm saying? So as far as that goes, I don't see them going anywhere. You got too many people out here exercising their rights, both on the left and right side. So people are going to, they're going to be around for a while is the way I see it.
Now, I know a lot of people, there's many different groups here. You have militias, you have Boogaloo Boys, Proud Boys from over there, you have the NFAC here. Now, the VDCL, it seems like people don't see eye to eye with the VDCL. Is that correct?
So as far as the VCDL goes, they're kind of just there. They do very good things for people, helping in court battles, help people, in case you get into a shooting. They do help people in those circumstances. They do like to organize peaceful events, because last year it was very peaceful. I'm talking about, talking to everybody, it was amazing. I saw some really nice looking gear out here. It was really motivating, because it's people actually care. So as far as the VCDL goes, it seemed like good people to me.
Okay, cool. Do you want to give your name or? It's up to you.
You can call me Jay.
Cool. Thanks, Jay.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Banks in between 10 and my experience was I kept it doing it, so I was
Once every couple weeks, but whenever there's any fire, they pay.
Yeah, I don't understand.
See how many people we got left.
It's not
Almost 4,000 people.
Did you see what he did? He had two
Yeah.
I did get tracking out of the guy who transported.
NFAC?
Actually, yesterday.
Oh, VCDL. Virginia Citizens Defense League. That's who runs the annual rallies. And now, you know, Boogaloo boys don't see,
That's
they
consistent.
don't agree with
Now it's happening.
I'll show you.
Twice the number of days.
VCDL.
Yeah, I think I can. They're like six. We're gonna. It's a whole. All right. John, I'm gonna head back to the rest of everything else.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go, you staying here? Just back around over there. Alright. There is a helicopter flying over, circling. Not sure if anything's going on or if they're just, or maybe it's a news chopper. As you can see, a lot of these windows are boarded up. So yesterday I was in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, at their state capitol building, the Pennsylvania State Capitol building, and it was pretty guarded. National Guard surrounding the building, a couple of barricades. There you go. There were you know, a few, maybe like 2 or 3 Trump supporters that showed up. 2 anti-Trump supporters, 2 anti-Trump people, an artist who did a art in motion type thing where he took down Donald Trump.